hour away from Arizona. It's not...
We don't know what the weather is going to be like around here. I do get really anxious during storms.
That's why they chose HailGuard. When performance leads, confidence follows. Backed by the first and only asphalt shingle system with a hail warranty.
That just gives us more peace of mind.
This is the only asphalt product on the market that has the manufacturer warranty targeting the hail damage, and it gives me a lot of confidence as a contractor.
Engineered for enhanced impact performance. Built to protect homes and reputations. HailGuard shingles. Built for hail.
Good morning, crew. It is Wednesday. It is May 13th. You are on Peaks to Plains Weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Meister. Looking at some of the analytics on the live 24-hour channel right now, and there are 5,218 of you on. So welcome. Good morning. And I am glad that you are here. Big day in the Meister house. My daughter has capping ceremony today for high school, so I'm sure there will be some tears. Grandma and Grandpa from Arizona got here last night, and Grandma and Grandpa out in Elbert County are coming in for that, so super excited for that. And son is wrapping up college, might be running in nationals next week. We'll see on that. Lots of things happening in everybody's house this time of year. I have some dear friends that are going through a really, really challenging time. If you're somebody that prays, if I might ask a personal request for you, I'd be grateful for that. Kind of an important thing happening in the lives of some people I love very much early this morning. So lots going on, obviously. I don't know where all that personal stuff came from. I didn't plan on that. It just showed up. That's fine. That's fine. Let's check things out. Let's head outside early this morning and we'll see what's going on across southern Colorado. Yesterday, we had temps 79 in the Springs, 85 for La Junta. Canyon City got to 85 as well. We had some 70s and 80s over the mountains. Crew, it was a warm day, right? Well, we're going to be warm the next couple days as well. Skyscan early this morning is really, really quiet. We are starting with a clear sky. As we widen the view off to the southwest, you see some moisture over Arizona. It's moving into Utah, and that is starting to come our way because this ridge that we've had for the last couple of days is starting to shift off to the east. So we've got some changes here in the forecast the next couple of days. We're cooler this morning along the Front Range than we were 24 hours ago. On the western slope, we're a little bit warmer. It's super nice outside. I mean, we're in the 40s to around 50. Big mountain valleys are up above freezing. It is a good start to hump day. Everybody, give me a little bit of, do that at home. Hump day. Everybody do it together. You will be feeling good. So Tamco live radar early this morning. Nothing happening out there. We don't have anything really that's an issue early this morning. It's just super nice. Got temps in the 40s, Cascade to Canyon City. Salida is 45, actually running a little bit warmer than some of us on the Front Range. Walsenburg, we're in the mid-40s. See that truck cruising along north there on the interstate. In Pueblo, we're almost 50 this morning. Great morning for a walk. If you want to get outside, same deal in Colorado Springs. Really, really good stuff here as we begin the day. And I hope you are having a good start to the day. Some of you checking in early this morning. Cass says prayers are going up. Cass, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And Jennifer says thanks for sharing some of your personal life with us. That is what it's all about. I mean, that's what, Mary and I are trying to do here. It's neighbors helping neighbors, right? It's not as formal as where we were before, but we're still being professional and all that stuff. So Jennifer, thanks for saying that. Ann says good morning. And she also says, happy hump day. Yes, indeed. I don't know. It's just fun to, goof around a little bit, kind of get you on a nice little different mood, not move. If you haven't downloaded the Peaks Plains weather app yet, you should. Lots of you are watching from the app this morning, and I think that's great. And in the app, I've made some updates in the extended forecast if you go into it, because we've got some changes on the way. Let me show you what I mean in the app here. I have to set this up every time I want to do this. I should set it up ahead of time, but I don't, so bear with me. But I want to show you what I'm talking about and why the Peaks to Plains weather app is really useful. So if I pop into it here, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing just live. I like being able to do that live, showing you what the Peaks to Plains weather app is all about. So here is what it looks like live right now. I've got my live push in there for the live thing, and then the 24-hour channel's right there on the homepage, so you can see that. You can make that bigger in the bottom right-hand corner. You can expand that and then turn your phone sideways and look at it big. But I'm going down to the Days Ahead tab, and I'm going to go to Sunday, and I'm saying, hey, we've got some showers as the system moves in from the northwest on Sunday night. If I look at Monday, I say an upper level system I'm watching is trending south. That's good news for moisture. And that's what I want to focus on here today in our extended forecast. But we've got to get through the next couple of days first. So let's pop into that short-term forecast here and take a look at what is going to be happening, because it's going to be different later on today than where things are right now. And it's because that moisture is coming up from the southwest. So Banjo's changed the barometer a little bit today. Yesterday he was at a 9. Today he's going with an 8, because there's going to be some gusty wind out there a little bit later on today. High temperatures will be very, very close to what we had yesterday, maybe a degree or two warmer in spots. So I think areas that were in the upper 70s yesterday and upper 70s on the Front Range probably have a better chance of nicking 80 today. You see that for, I think Saguache was at 79 yesterday. Colorado Springs, we missed 80. I think we'll get there today. Still some 70s over the Palmer Divide, 60s and 70s over Teller County, mainly upper 70s to around 80 in the Wet Mountain Valley today. A couple spots will hit 90, but here's the difference. That moisture I showed you over Arizona coming in from the west. Now we hit 5 o'clock and you see a couple blips there on Skycast. It's trying to show some rain leaving the clouds. And it even pops a little thunderstorm between Colorado Springs and Pueblo. guarantee that's right where it's going to be, but there might be one out there later on today. And here's the other interesting thing. See how we keep the clouds around overnight? And some showers coming into the western slope overnight. And as we head into early Thursday morning, it shows a couple blips of snow up on some of the mountain peaks. Well, here's the deal with what is going to be happening later on today. Our moisture at the surface is not anything to get excited about. In fact, here's the dew points at 3 o'clock. Over the mountains in particular, teens and 20s. So we are more likely to get virga than any certainly significant rain out there today. So in the sub-cloud layer between the base of the cloud and the ground, we've got a long ways for raindrops to fall. And that produces this cool pocket of air, especially beneath a thunderstorm, because there's a little more oomph going up and a little more rain trying to fall. There's a little more oomph to the downdraft as well. And when those hit the ground, they spread out in all directions. Those are the virga bombs that we've been talking about. And so there may be some gusts to around 35 miles per hour with a thunderstorm, my friends. There could be a gust to around 55 miles per hour. And that gets us pretty close to the threshold of severe weather. Here's what I mean. If we were to get a severe thunderstorm warning today, and I'm not guaranteeing that we are, it's not for large hail, it's not because there's a funnel cloud or there's a tornado, it's for that there's some damaging wind gusts out there. If we get to 50 knots, which is 58 miles per hour or greater, if the Weather Service sees that on radar, they'll issue a severe thunderstorm warning. It's just something to be aware of. Again, an outside possibility, but we've got time to talk about it here. And so we do that. The other thing that we may get today with some thunderstorms that are out there, obviously, is lightning. Lightning has us on edge for fire starts. Obviously, where, there's grass around, it's more likely to be, something quick that starts. But sometimes if lightning hits a tree in the mountains, it'll smolder inside the tree for a couple days, and then you'll get some wind, and you'll get all of a sudden a tree on fire and maybe the start of a forest fire. So that's something we'll watch for, because we do have wind in the forecast today, not just with those virga bombs, but on the larger scale as well. And some of that tomorrow also. So let me show you on the large scale here. This is outside of any of those virga bombs, what we expect today. There are some breezes up across the Palmer Divide early this morning. And as we head through the day, watch how both over the mountains and the plains we see the wind pick up. That's because that wave is approaching us from the southwest. So there's a little bit more pressure gradient out there today, and the wind will be more noticeable even outside of the gusts that I mentioned. So it's a little bit different day, like I said. Now, overnight tonight, with the clouds sticking around, really, really mild. Some of us are going to stay in the 60s. Lots of us east of the mountains will be in the 50s, and even the cool spots in the mountain areas are in the 40s. So that's a difference as we head into our Thursday. Thursday is going to be a hotter day. We might get close to a couple records in a few spots. I think we're going to end up a few degrees shy, but we see 90s along the river, well into the 80s for Colorado Springs, and enough clouds over the mountains that will keep temperatures pretty unchanged from yesterday, from today, and from tomorrow. Here's the difference in Thursday. We're ahead of a cold front. And so the wind kind of gets going earlier over the mountain areas, and the humidity is a little bit lower. So you see where at noon we've got the wind out of the west over the mountains and across the southern foothills. Well, that has us concerned about some fire weather. So we've got what right now is a fire weather watch in that sort of tan that you see over the upper Arkansas River Valley, Wet Mountain Valley, Fremont County, mountain areas west of I-25 on the southern end. And we have a red flag warning already for the Gunnison Valley out toward Montrose and Delta on the western slope. And again, that's because we're ahead of a cold front. So if I come back to Wednesday and I take you to noon where I just was, and I take you into the afternoon, see the wind out of the north there? Coming off the Palmer Divide in the afternoon on Thursday. That's the cold front. That cold front might produce some more virga out there. So the overnight clouds that keep us mild, kind of heading off to the east as we head into the middle part of the day, but we get more cumulus clouds developing west of Denver, up across a Mile High City, over the Palmer Divide, maybe across the Raton Mesa as well. And again, the chance of a thunderstorm and I think more wind than any significant moisture. Now, that changes as we move into the weekend with that system that I told you I'm watching. Behind the cold front on Friday, not too different, my friends. From a temperature perspective, it's about the same. It's a really weak front. But the upper level system for the tail end of the weekend looks different. We'll talk about that when I come back. You're on Peaks to Plains Weather. Don't go anywhere.
At Phil Long Ford Motor City, we've been around for 80 years. That's like 560 in dog years. Basically, we're the top dogs of Colorado. And thanks to our deals, selection, and service, we've earned some pretty loyal customers. And our GM Mark, he's the most loyal guy I know. Even after I chewed up his shoe, it was delicious.
Great trucks, amazing deals, and belly rubs for dogs. Come see why Colorado drives Phil Long Ford Motor City. Hey guys, where's my shoe?
Emergencies are unpredictable, but you don't have to be unprepared. Peak Alerts sends you targeted emergency alerts in real time for the places that matter to you most, so you know what's happening and what to do next. Know first, act fast. That's the power of Peak Alerts.
This is John May, General Manager of Petrale Roofing, up on another customer's roof doing a free 21-point inspection. If you'd like us to take a look at your roof, give us a call today, 719-375-8773. We'd be happy to take a look and see the condition of your roof. Petrale Roofing, we're a Diamond certified TAMCO installer, which means we can offer a industry-leading 25-year workmanship warranty to give you peace of mind in the storm. Call Petrale Roofing, 719-375-8773. Schedule your free inspection today.
Grow something beautiful this season. Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery has trees, shrubs, and perennials that are grown for our harsh climate. Plant smarter with expert guidance and quality plants. Visit coloradotreefarmnursery.com.
All right, there are some things to know about the extended forecast here. As we move through the weekend into next week, we have a change on the way. Right now, we're watching this ridge of high pressure going to break down. A little kink in the flow here is what comes across today. I always start on the big perspective and then bring things down to home. Do you know that when I was on TV, had a, man, I just feel talkative today. We had some consultants that told us what to do. And they said you should never zoom out of southern Colorado. And I'm like, why? Storms don't just show up out of thin air. There's a forecast process. If you've got a blizzard in the extended forecast, you better start talking about where that thing's coming from. Why you have a blizzard in the forecast never made sense to me. They had some good ideas too, but that was one of the ones I disagreed with. Anyways, moving to today, some chance of some virga bombs out there because we're missing the low-level moisture. But see how that system passes and it opens the door to westerly flow here heading into the weekend? And little ripples in the flow that are really hard to figure out until they're 6 to 8 hours away. What I want you to know for the rest of the week is we'll see some cloud buildups. We're more likely to have gusty wind than significant rain. But that starts to change over the weekend. So Friday, if we get anything, again, more likely to get wind than rain, at least of significance. I mean, if you get a quick shower, whoop-de-doo, it's not going to do much for any, moisture deficits that we've got going. By the time we hit Saturday, though, see how we're getting a bigger kind of trough over the western United States? That's the thing that's trending better for us as we move from Sunday into Monday. And it's got some cooler air with it. Notice that we've got some snow, some of the blue that you see there, across the northern Rockies and southern Canada. Well, there's a lead wave that'll be moving through, and especially in the northern part of the state, maybe a couple thunderstorms around on Saturday, perhaps some of the mountains of southern Colorado. Then we get this system to come in from the northwest as we move into Sunday. We'll get one cool front to come through. Sunday will be cooler than Saturday. Saturday's kind of a continuation of the warm stuff we have in the forecast today, tomorrow, and Friday. And by the time we hit Sunday, we're starting to talk some real water that's going to be sustained here, especially in the northern half of Colorado and over the mountains. But as we move from Sunday night into Monday, we'll bring some of that into southern Colorado. Now, what we're going to have to watch here is how far south this system comes, because it does have cold air with it. Look at all that snow up across Wyoming. Monday night will be colder than Sunday night locally, and so we may have some snow flakes mixing in over the Palmer Divide before we try to get that system out of here on Tuesday. But some lingering energy may still have some showers in the forecast, especially as we head into Tuesday afternoon. So there's a couple things to talk about here. First, I want to talk about our dew points. And notice how as we head from Friday into Saturday, the deepest moisture is off to the east. Now we have more low-level moisture east of the mountains than we have over the mountains. But I still think through the weekend here, Friday into Saturday, we're talking more wind than significant rain. But by the time we head into Sunday, we start getting intrusions, at least overnight, some of that more significant low-level moisture. And so by the time we hit Sunday, we're starting to wrap some of that into the upper level system coming in from the west. That's what opens the door for more moisture. And so we'll kind of time things out here. Saturday afternoon, some thunderstorms. Sunday starts off quiet. We head into Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. We start to get some real water across the area. Over the higher peaks of the mountains, we're going to get some snow. And that will continue as we move into Monday morning, where we get a chance of some rain out across the plains. Early Monday morning, perhaps we're switching over to snow across Teller County. Impact perspective, I'm not overly concerned about Sunday night into Monday unless you're up really high. But Monday will be a much cooler day than even Sunday as the upper level system moves overhead, and we'll have some rain through the day. Now, don't get hung up yet on who is seeing rain and who isn't, because there's a long way to go here. Sunday's pretty far away. So I'm not going to act like this is exactly how it's going to work out. As a generality, though, the farther southeast you go, Baca County, out toward Lamar, out toward Kim here, south of Highway 50 in Bent County, less likely to get at least the heavier end of things. But we'll watch that. Colorado Springs up across the Palmer Divide into Monday night, maybe getting some really good water here. And that will be the colder night, so there's a better chance of some impacts for Teller County. And maybe we get some snowflakes mixing in over the Palmer Divide. It's a possibility. Into early Tuesday, we have that lingering sort of lift that I showed you off to the west, so maybe we keep some showers around. It's a long ways away. We'll work on those details. But from the computer model that I just showed you, moving through the Sunday, Monday, into early Tuesday time frame, total water output from the model, look at that. This green that you see there, that's between 1 and 2 inches. So crew, this is another chance at some welcome water across at least parts of the area. And we need it, as you know. Drought monitor comes out tomorrow. We'll take a look at that. And for the mountain areas, west of Denver in particular, maybe some decent snow, heavy wet stuff again, given the time of year, but especially as we move into Monday night, maybe we're talking some up across the higher terrain of the Pikes Peak region, some of our local mountain areas as well. So crew, it's kind of interesting to watch here, and we've got some things to keep an eye on. I love it. Here's your extended forecast in detail. As I look at Thursday into Friday, we're still pretty warm here for Woodland Park. It's over the weekend, particularly Sunday into Monday and early Tuesday, that we watch for that system to move through. It's pretty exciting because you know we need the water, but look how much cooler Monday is going to be, not just over the mountains, but over the plains as well. I think parts of the plains may not get to 50 on Monday. So Saturday, if we catch something in Colorado Springs, not going to be a big deal. That's kind of the situation out there today and tomorrow as well. But then we'll still maybe stay unsettled into Tuesday before we warm up for the rest of next week. So stick with peaks to plains weather here over the next couple of days, because for Pueblo and parts of the plains, we'll have to see how things shake out here, where the path of that system goes, how far north or south it is. And you know that I am somebody that certainly wants the water, because we need it in a really, really big way. So I hope that was helpful. I like having more time to dig into this stuff. I think even if you're not a weather geek, I think it's important to know like what's going on, what the trends are, what we're watching for, and that sort of thing. So it's a good time to download the Peaks to Plains weather app, because if we're getting some snow and stuff as we head into early next week, or we're getting some decent rain, we'll be doing some live extended coverage here, and you can be part of it. Anytime we're live, you can put these links into your app on your phone or onto your laptop computer, your tablet, and you can join us live. I know I keep saying this because I'm trying to have you ready for when things are kind of high impact around here. We want you to help us tell the story. It's neighbors helping neighbors. It's our weather together. And so it's vmix.at and then zmSjK, the S and K are capitalized, and 1RJSL1, the J and S are capitalized. And you can come on here and you can be a part of it. So I'm excited to get another storm coming in here. My buddy Jim Martin saying, thanks for all you do for the community. Jim, love you. Hope you're having a good morning, my friend. Susan says, good morning from Palmer Lake. Susan, good to see you. Kathleen is checking in as well. And Kathleen says, good morning. And Pamela is also saying prayers for that request that I made. So thank you, Pamela. I am grateful for that. And Anne also sending up some prayers. So you guys are great. I appreciate that very, very much. Like I said, if you just joined us, if you missed it earlier, man, we're heading into a crazy week at the Meister house. Baby girl is getting ready. Well, she's not a baby girl. She's a woman now, but she's getting ready to graduate high school. We've got capping today. When our son did that, I cried. And I'm probably going to cry today. I am a crier. I'm an emotional person. It just is what it is. I love the people around me. And, you know, that is what it is. Okay, here's a good question. Tom says, is the Arkansas Valley safe from hail this coming weekend? Crops are starting to get up. Transplants are in the ground. Tom, I think so. As we move into early next week, we're looking more kind of rain than thunderstorms. And any thunderstorms over the weekend are probably, I mean, if they produce some hail, would be really small stuff. So I think you are good. Dee Dee saying hi from Hanover this morning. So Dee Dee, good morning to you. If some of you missed what we were talking about earlier, I do have my forecast up on the Peaks to Plains weather app, and you can get that anytime you want here. So yeah, crew, there's 6,200 of you watching the live stream right now. That's awesome across all of our platforms. I appreciate that, and Mary and I are grateful for that. You know what? Peaks to Plains weather is not just going to be Mary and I either. We have another announcement that we are going to make in probably 2 weeks, I would say. Peaks to Plains weather is growing. If you would tell your friends about Peaks to Plains weather, we would be grateful, because this is a growing movement. And this is a, I think, better way to do weather than we've been able to do in the past. If you haven't been to our website, you can check it out. All the tools that we have in the app also available for you in the website. We've got our, kind of weather command center here. You can look into the future at things, and you can take computer models out into the future. You can use our search bar here to put the forecast in for exactly where you are. But check it out. This is the same forecast as I showed you in the app earlier. So we've got synergy here. This is our detailed forecast that Mary and I are putting in for everybody in Southern Colorado. 24-hour weather channels in there as well. You can download the app. Here's the deeper dive forecast I did this morning. And, doing updates through the day. Mary and I popping in. We've got the weather blog on there. You can check our partners there. If you'd like to advertise with us, you can do that there. You can get some Peaks to Plains merch. Crew, what about, if you saw other people with Peaks to Plains hats cruising across town, or a t-shirt, or the mug? Lots of you like the mug. I can't find my Peaks to Plains weather mug, so I have my American Classics coffee mug. I don't know where it is. I think maybe it's in my wife's car. I don't know, crew. Anyways, it's 6:57. Have a good day. I got to bang a bunch of stuff out here this morning. Been at work till about 1 o'clock. Then we got to head to capping. Believe it or not, our daughter is getting capped today at the high school. How is that possible? Time goes too fast. Hug the ones you love. My friends, have a good day. You're watching Peaks to Plains weather.